Tony Louis says, he clarified here, our edge rushers are looking drier than gas station chicken tenders. Royal Farms and Sheetz would like to have a discussion. I will not argue that the Wawa ones are dry. They also shouldn't have chicken tenders because those belong in a fryer, and Wawa doesn't have a fryer. By the way, while we're on Wawa and Sheetz and Royal Farms, there is word that Sheetz is invading my general area. Apparently, Sheetz is like building in Downingtown, which is cool. Apparently, they're very close to getting full approval from Limerick Township to build a Sheetz very close to the soccer field where my son plays and Ford's son plays, or will play next year, which means Russ is going to get fat. Russ has lost weight. Russ has built up some muscle, and yet Russ is going to get very fat if and when Sheetz lands in Limerick Township. Also, there have been murmurs that there may be a Sheetz landing in Schuylkill Township, which is Phoenixville, and that they might put the Sheetz and the Wawa across the street from one another, which is also apparently what would happen in Limerick. Sheetz and Wawa across the street from one another. I look forward to all of the people who have been indoctrinated into the Wawa fanaticism when there's a Sheetz across the street, and inevitably they all figure out that many of the things at Sheetz are actually better. When that day comes, just remember that I've been telling you for a long time, and this was coming. Sheetz, baby. The fryer. You can't fight a fryer. You want French fries, you want chicken tendies, you want tater tots, you want fried mac and cheese bites, you need a fryer. Wawa has lost their damn mind.
Oh, Wawa has pizza.
Nobody wanted that.
Wawa has things that belong in a fryer, but we bake them in the oven. That makes them healthier.
Nobody wanted that. What are we doing here? Just wait. Just wait. Oh, look at JH. JH is right. Won't sleep on anything from Wawa. Terrible food. Amadeus says, don't sleep on Wawa smoothies. I'm sure they're fine. The coffee is good at Wawa. The coffee at Sheetz, if you get one of the Sheetz that has the bean grinders, the burr up on top of them, it's better. It's better coffee. I don't know what to tell you. You want to fight about hoagies? Like, we can have a hoagie fight. Sheetz, I think, used to have way better subs back in the day. I don't think they're quite as good now. It has been a bit since I've had one of the cold cuts subs on my tours of Schuylkill County. It has been a while. I think the last time I had one, I was like a little bit underwhelmed. The bread wasn't as good. Wawa's rolls are probably still a little bit better. Might have to do a heads up. I saw Pagan from Crossing Broad try to do like a heads up. I forget what township it is where there is a Sheetz and a Wawa like really close to each other. And he did like a blind taste test and it was poor. It just wasn't good. I mean, Pagan doesn't have a good palate. So at some point, if we get a Sheetz and a Wawa across the street from each other, guess what? I'll be doing a taste test. I'll take the Russ Joy Show on the road. I will. I'll line it up on Swamp Pike or whatever. It's going to be Ridge Pike in Limerick if that's where we end up getting one across from the other. Some of you are going to have your minds blown when Sheetz ends up down here. Royal Farms is fine. See, we got on this because of the chicken tendies. You can't. Video guy Amadeus in the comments about this. Like, I hope you know this is going to be a thing that like is going to have to get clipped now. It's like Sheetz versus Wawa. Royal Farms deserves a little bit of love. The potato wedges are good. The chicken is perfectly fine. They're not like trying to be anything other than what they've been trying to be lately. Royal Farms knows what they're good at. They don't try to venture outside the box. Sheetz has the ability to just take anything, put it in some batter, and just fry the hell out of it, and it's amazing. Wawa likes to try to, like, did I see correctly that Wawa's trying to do bread bowls? Did I see that?
Wawa has pasta in bread bowls.
Who asked for that?
Wawa has soup in bread bowls.
I certainly hope not. Who asked for that?
Wawa has sushi.
They better fucking not.
Wawa makes ceviche now.
Please don't. No, por favor.
Wawa makes Wiener Schnitzel.
Nein! Wawa just needs to get back to basics. Just get back to basics. You don't have to be a one-stop shop for everything. By the way, I saw a thing. I've taken the show way off the rails. This wasn't supposed to be part of the show, but we are here now. So one of my friends sent a thing yesterday about things that Wawa is discontinuing. Hold on, I'm actually going to find this. I'll share this with everybody. I've taken the show so far off the rails that we are past the point of no return. Get your Phantom of the Opera references ready. But I did see a thing going around about things that Wawa is going to be discontinuing. So let me see if I can open this in a new tab. All right, here we go. So Wawa is apparently discontinuing a bunch of things starting 2025. I don't know where this came from. It came from a friend. I trust this friend, and so I'm going to say that this is an authentic thing, unless Wawa comes after me and tells me that this is fake news. Let's talk about the things that Wawa is going to get rid of starting in the summer of 2025. Okay, here we go. They're getting rid of rye bread. Now this, by the way, this is interesting if you can see this, and maybe you can, maybe you can't. They have their rationale for why they're getting rid of stuff. Our ingredient count has increased over the past few years. Yeah, because they keep doing all this like dumb shit. Our ingredient count has increased over the past few years, while at the same time, we've seen a decline in customer transactions in 2024. Okay, well, I wonder why. Maybe because you're trying to do too much shit. You got away from the stuff you're good at. Hoagies. You started making pizza. What are we doing? Okay. By discontinuing low-performing items, we aim to drive sales with the most productive ingredients. Okay. So let's take a goosey gander at what they are allegedly, reportedly, going to be getting rid of. So rye bread is out. Yellow American cheese is getting replaced by white American cheese. Green leaf lettuce is getting replaced by shredded lettuce. I don't know why that makes a difference, but okay, it's shredded, sure. Lobster bisque, gone. If you've been going to Wawa for lobster bisque, who am I to judge? Probably not the place I'd go for lobster bisque. Light cream cheese is being replaced by cream cheese. You want to save a few pounds? You want to save some calories? A little bit of fat on your day by using light cream cheese? No. Have full fat like the rest of us. Get chubby on your own accord. Okay. Pizza green peppers and pizza mushrooms are getting replaced by fajita veggies. I don't put mushrooms in my fajita veggies. Does that mean that mushrooms are just gone? Because that's fine. But I wouldn't want mushrooms where I don't want mushrooms. Okay? They're getting rid of sunflower seeds. I didn't know that was the thing they'd put on. Did they put that on hoagies? The hell did they put sunflower seeds on? Chipotle ranch? Just white ranch. You wanted some spice in your day? Nay. Miracle Whip, gone. That's fine. I think Miracle Whip is one of the weirdest things to ever grace the condiment aisle. I don't understand Miracle Whip. It has a weird tang to it. I don't like it. Berry cream cheese. You want to put some berries in your cream cheese? Have that fun at your own home. They're not doing it for you anymore. Gone. Spring mix, replaced by romaine and spinach. I assume that means together, or does that a romaine or a spinach? Because spinach and romaine, not exactly the same. Okay. Texturally, you can even get a little bit of flavor off some spinach, which romaine, not really. Baked potato soup, gone. Wow. So we're killing off the soups, or at least some of the soups. They're keeping the chicken noodle. That's smart. Feta cheese, replaced by shredded parm. Not remotely the same kind of cheese. Not sure what we're doing there. The Greeks give out to the Italians, but I don't get it. Red onions, replaced by white onion in salads. Red onion's no longer an option for pizza. Again, why are they doing pizza? Chicken empanadas, gone. Craisin raisin mix, gone. Oatmeal, gone. Everything bagel, gone. Now, I have a question about the last two. So as much as I want to dunk on Wawa for a lot of their decisions here, oatmeal. Were there people really going to Wawa for oatmeal? Were there people who were actively driving to work in the morning and said,
I think I want to have some oatmeal. Oh, yeah, that sounds great. Let's go get some oatmeal at the Wawa.
and then they go in and do you add brown sugar to it? Are you just eating straight oatmeal? Nothing added to it? Are you throwing in some berries? What are you doing? But why? Why oatmeal? At what? Just get the little pouch. Get the rolled oats. Make some overnight oats in the fridge. A little mason jar. A little bit goes a long way. Okay. Everything bagels, I can understand if people are upset about the everything bagels, though. I think if you're going to Wawa for a bagel, chances are you're getting a sizzly. I will stand very resolute in the belief that the best sizzly Wawa has going is the pork roll, egg, and cheese on a bagel. That's the best one. Little gray container. It's been months since I've had one, and now I'm thinking about it. But thankfully, we're later in the day, and so they don't have them out. Tomorrow, though, I might find an excuse to get to Wawa just for that sizzly. And if you're going to get one, then you have to get two. So anyway, I have derailed the entire show to talk about Wawa, to give you a little bit of insight into Sheetz. By the way, Sheetz, I went up and I played in an alumni soccer tournament a few weekends ago. I think I told you guys this before I went on the work trip. And the Sheetz in Pottsville, that used to, by where like I used to live, Pottsville Minersville Highway. It was incredible. It was I felt like I stepped into Bizarro world. There's like a seating area, high top seating area. There's like a different spot for the hot food and where the shakes are, and there's like a beer cave, and there was the one. I didn't know what to do. It didn't belong there. You ever go to a place where you're just like, this doesn't belong here? You know, this is very blue collar, you know, anthracite, the coal region. I'm like walking in there and I'm like, this belongs in Westchester. What do we do? Bathrooms are, I don't know. I'm telling you, it's going to be a culture shock for a lot of Sheetz haters when Sheetz moves down in this area. Now, one thing I don't expect is that Rutter's is going to keep coming down. Rutter's is like kind of up in the Skook area. There's one in Leesport or somewhere around there. And there's another one by the Cabela's. If Rutter's comes down here, I think people will freak out. The food, I only had once. It was okay. But we get Sheetz and Wawa happening everywhere. Downingtown, Phoenixville, Limerick, if that's what happens. God help us all. And our waistlines. Maybe I'll have to get a sponsor on the show for like a fitness app or something, because, yeah, here we go.